Hey everybody, this is Doing Lines. This is the sports betting podcast where we bet on all of the not sports and a little bit of the sports of sports. I'm your host, Kyle Ayers, here as always with my co-host, Austin Huff.
And I am happy.
That's going to oddly bookend the show in a weird way that we did backwards.
I'm going as happy for Halloween this week. That's the only way. Yeah, that's the only way.
Happy
I'll
Gilmore?
be happy.
Or just like nice, feeling
sure.
good.
Yes.
I am. Do you have a Halloween costume this year? I like Halloween.
So obviously, I've got a second baby coming this week. Any moment now, my wife can go into labor, and she's due tomorrow. Or Thursday, the day this podcast drops. So today, and if she's not here, then my wife is being induced on Friday. My wife put me in charge of Halloween costumes. Now, she did this last year as well, and my daughter went as Derrick Henry.
Great.
It was great. I had the little tape eye black in a shape of a cross. I had, little plush football for her to carry around. She was adorable. Almost as cute as the actual Derrick Henry. This year, my wife did it again for some inexplicable reason. So I went on Amazon. My older daughter, who is now almost two in December, she's going to go as a referee. The infant, which we don't even have a name for yet, I'm pushing hard for Derrica Henry.
For a first name?
Yeah, Derrica Henrietta Huff is what I'm hoping for. She is going as a football. I got a little football onesie for an infant, and then my wife and I are going to wear some football jerseys.
Well, as a Chiefs fan, I feel obligated to send your daughter, the referee, some money, since we have been putting money into our referee fund. Look past the fact that the Chiefs are the most penalized team in football. We are paying off the refs, and so I think I need to put something into her college fund.
You know, look, whenever Patrick Mahomes' career interceptions would be 10 times as high if referees didn't call holdings on every single one of his interceptions.
Sure, he certainly doesn't just make those bad throws on purpose after he sees the flag. You can't think about it too much. These guys don't know what they're doing.
I don't think so. No.
I gotta let you know, for Halloween this year, I'm going as Heebie-Jeebie Phoebe Bridgers, which is... Phoebe Bridgers, who's a great musician, always wears sort of a skeleton suit when she plays shows. Yeah. I'm wearing a skeleton suit with the jet white wig and like zombie makeup. So I'm going to be Heebie-Jeebie Phoebe Bridgers.
That is so great.
And I'm debuting my favorite shirt I have right now, which says Taylor Swift probably spends more time in Missouri than Josh Hawley. This shirt that I got off the
Wow.
Great shirt. I don't even remember who made it. Just got it off an Instagram ad or something, but I love it.
What's the more divisive name on that shirt?
I would say More Time. Jay Moore, I think, is probably the most divisive.
Recently married to Jeannie Buss. What?
Wow.
Yeah.
It just reaffirms my notion that rich people don't know anyone. These people can't make friends. They're just because they're unbearable to be around, probably. They're like, should I marry the other lady I know?
What I took away from that is, Kyle, if you stay in comedy long enough, look,
and then leave it for a while.
Yeah. You could marry the owner of the Lakers.
At that point, which will still be Jeannie Buss.
Yeah, right.
So, I'm excited. I like Halloween. We got good bets this week. We got great guests this week. I want to recap Week 7 real quick with Wes Blankenship. Wes, one of the experts we've had on the show. What we're finding is on this show, how much you know means literally nothing.
Nothing whatsoever. In fact, the more you know about betting, I would even argue, hurts you. The less you know about betting, the better.
So I will recap the scores real quick. Austin, last week I lost $400.
Goodness.
You lost $500.
Goodness.
And Wes lost $1,000. So Wes is firmly off the podium here for us, but honestly, not that far off the podium. Negative 1,000 is pretty good. You and I, this puts me at 600 for the year, and this puts you at negative 100 for the year. So,
that's not great, Bob.
Not great.
That stinks because I was like living in the green for a little bit. I enjoyed 1 week in the green, I think, and here I am, right back.
Which is
in the
crazy
red.
because the song 1 Week made Bare Naked Ladies a lot of green.
That's people don't talk about it enough.
I talk about it enough for everybody.
Chicken to China to Chinese chicken.
I think we talked. I did stand up on that Bare Naked Ladies cruise. The cruise headlined by Bare Naked Ladies. I was doing comedy on it, and they would play every night. This was a couple years ago.
Kyle, hang on. There's so much to unpack. All right,
look,
obviously.
Do you want to do stand up on a Bare Naked Ladies cruise? I hit yes before I even saw that Bare Naked Ladies was capitalized.
Yeah, before you knew it was the band or not.
I didn't know it was a proper noun.
Kyle, this is literally last week we revealed on the podcast that you were an All-American swimmer in high school.
That's
this
also
week
why
on the
I felt
podcast,
okay on the ship.
This week I'm finding out for the first time, like, we have known each other for well over like almost 2 decades now.
2006.
Yeah, practically 2 decades we have known each other.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I'm hearing about you doing comedy on a cruise ship with the Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah, we're doing like comedy spelling bee charity things, and the Bare Naked. There's this fun. So Bare Naked Ladies would play every night, and you got to play this fun game called Watch Old People Pretend to Know the Words to 1 week every night, and you'd be like, it's been 1 week, sit sideways. Funny when you're mad, trying hard. X-Files,
I bet when they got to the Chinese chicken part, it got semi-racist.
It was so racist how that was the part they knew so much. It would just be like Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, have a drumstick, and then they'd be like, "What's the X-Files with the same?"
Right.
Harrison Ford, I'm tantric.
Oh my gosh, damn! I think
it's funny when you're mad, trying hard.
What's that like to go on a ship to do comedy, and yet the funniest comedy is the people around you?
There's never been a time where I did comedy and I was the funniest thing there, because you'll never be funnier than earnest attempts at anything.
Hey, even on your comedy special, you get interrupted by a skateboarder. So.
A literal cricket. When I did stand up at Bonnaroo, it was it's a music festival, and I was doing stand up, and T-Pain was playing on a stage, and everyone could hear it. And then I went, "Is that T-Pain?" And everyone goes, "Oh," and then they left.
Oh no!
Because they forgot.
No.
There's other stuff to do.
That's why it's good to do comedy on a cruise ship. They have nowhere to go.
Yeah, I walked a guy, but it was a crime to walk him because it went off the deck.
Oh my gosh! All right, so needless to say,
we're getting way off base here.
Bad
week.
Look, as long as I'm finding things out about you like that, then I'm okay with it. But yeah, rough week for all of us.
If I had $1 million,
damn,
it's crazy that you make a second Bare Naked Ladies reference and people are like, "What are you talking about?"
I think there's even a third Bare Naked Ladies song, isn't there?
Probably. They played for an hour, so I would assume so. So last week, Wes lost 1,000. You and I both lost money. I still got $600, which is feeling good. I'm gonna go through the bets here real quick from last week. This is how good we're getting at setting lines. Tony Romo, we had over under at 10.5. Sort of sounds.
Weird noises, and then it also counted as a noise if he said
if he said Mahomes was the only person who could do something, that counted as 2 noises. And
which I heard at least once during the game.
He made 8 noises, and one Mahomes is the only guy who can do this, and hit 10. So you won on that one because you hit. Oh my gosh! We hit the over under was 10.5. And he did 10. That's bananas. I lost. And both you and Wes on that one. That was my lock.
Both you and Wes took the over on that.
And I locked it in. Lost one. Atlanta Bucks. Will a team have more touchdowns by what they win by? There were 2 touchdowns and a 3-point win. Like, we're really good at the over-unders. The only one we really missed was the insult injury. Will there be over/under 5.5 teams to allow less than 4 sacks? There were 17. Sorry, teams. There were not a lot of sacks last week.
Which is crazy to me because like the week before it was right at
it was like 6,
4.5 or something. Yeah, I think it was a 6, and I set the line under.
Only one game was longer than Killers of the Flower Moon. But I watched Killers of the Flower Moon, and it flew by way faster than watching a lot of these teams play.
Are you still watching it? Because I feel like that there's no way
I
you
am,
could've
but the
completed
problem
it.
is that every 7 minutes it stops and I just hear Whopper, 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 Junior, Whopper, BK. I think it makes the games feel longer. So, you know, $1,000 lost for Wes, 500 for you, 400 for me. Interesting week, but it's a new week and Halloween is upon us, and we're ready with a great guest.
We've got the perfect guest, Benedict Polizzi, which if you've been on the internet for even 5 minutes, you've seen this dude. He's got, dozens of viral videos. He is super, super funny. He does a podcast with Joey Molinaro, which if you're a sports fan, you definitely know Joey. He worked a little bit at Barstool. He's known for his impressions. He does a podcast with Benedict, and these guys are hilarious. In fact, that's the name of the podcast, These Guys. You've probably seen their videos. They're Johnson & Johnson videos. Super hilarious dudes. He's also got a podcast called the Espresso Podcast. We'll get into this all with him. And, he's on FBoy Island. So let's go ahead and just get to him. The very hilarious Benedict Polizzi. All right, we are joined. Go.
I was going to say, I've been following you guys forever, bro.
Thank you, dude. Seriously, we appreciate it.
No problem. I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
No. In fact, let's keep that in. Kyle, let's keep that.
Sure.
We'll start there with Benedict Polizzi.
Yeah.
Literally one of the funniest dudes on the internet. And on your televisions now too. A guy who I know you've seen him in any of his viral videos. The most relatable ones probably getting into your sister's car at various ages in life, whatever it may be. He does
I love you.
No, we love you, Benny. He does a hilarious podcast with another very funny guy, Joey Molinaro, called These Guys, which is honestly some of the best banter. It is the most relatable podcast for sitting around a bar, just chatting it up with your buddy, reminiscing about old sports jerseys, about life. I know Joey's dog just ran away, and cracking jokes about that while also just having fun. No joke, well worth the listen. That, as well as his other podcast, Espresso Podcast, which that one has well over 200 shots going. So
Espresso is fried. Like, you got to be pretty psychotic to listen to it. So you guys would be a great fit.
It would. It honestly, it's well worth the listen. So check out These Guys and Espresso Podcast. And then, check out FBoy Island, which I'm not going to lie to you, might be one of my favorite reality shows out there. Hosted by Nikki Glazer. It is
right there.
You can check it now. Used to be on HBO Max. Now it is currently on the CW app. It has made its long-awaited return. Check it out on the CW app. Check it out on CW. I believe Monday nights it airs. So, Benny, that was a long intro, but damn, we're glad to have you, man.
Yo, man, I love this. I love you guys. I've been following you guys forever. I don't even know how I got it started, but everything you guys post, I'm like, yeah. Bro, I'm like, exactly, dude. Yeah. I didn't know you knew who I was. And then you messaged me. I was like, yo, this is a dream. Like, when I followed you guys in college, I was like, yo, these dudes are fucking awesome.
Well, my man, like right back at you, dude. Seriously, I feel like you fit us and what we do so very well. So we're very excited to get you on. Now, we're going to lay out 6 fake NFL bets for you. You have $1,000 of fake cash to bet amongst those 6 bets. You can do as many, or we ask that you do bet at least 2, but anywhere from 2 to all 6 if you want. One bet will be your lock of the week, and the lock, obviously the one you're most confident in, that one will be double the winnings or triple the losses if you lose the bet. So that one really can get people on certain weeks. But however, obviously, look, you're clearly zooming in from a penthouse of some sort. We are all people of means. We're all very well off, so we don't like to hoard this fake money for ourselves.
Right.
We like to play for a fake charity. So, Benedict Polizzi, is there a fake charity that you will be playing for this week?
This week, I will be playing for Spray Tans for Humanity.
Okay.
they're a very serious charity to me.
Yeah. No, I don't doubt it. I mean, I feel like you're doing great work. You're doing very humanitarian work for people, right?
If we could like piggyback them onto Habitats for Humanity and just build the spray tan place right in, have Jimmy Carter just lug in a spray tan facility for everybody.
Yeah, right. When you walk out of Habitat for Humanity, you're going right through the bronzer, baby. Double dark on deck.
Benny, would I be wrong in asking when the last spray tan was for you?
Dude, I'm not. I was fucking moving on the way here because I just came from Suntan City. I'm not even kidding. I swear to God, dude. You can probably smell it right now.
I was like, you asked like before we started, is my lighting good? I'm like, well, you're a little orange. I don't know if that's.
I like
literally 30 minutes ago, dog.
I think we need a spray tan only salon called No UV for you and me. That's what we'll call it.
That's
just sprays
good.
only. Take the rays from sprays.
Bro, yeah. Little
all right.
Doesn't hurt anybody.
SPS
But like,
FBoy
I'm gonna be
Island.
straight up.
I don't know why.
I've never bet on any game in my life, so like you might have to help me out here.
No, neither have we. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's why we did this. We did this podcast.
No, I'm terrified of actual betting.
Yeah, we did this we did this podcast for us. Honestly, it's literally the dumbest of the dumb bets you could possibly.
I think
like bets that sports books wouldn't even take.
There's something so wild to me about when people bet on college sports, because you just like, you're gonna. What if that kid gets broke up with before the game? Vegas isn't gonna know that. Imagine how you were in college. Would you bet on you showing up? No.
Yeah, what if you failed your stats test right before kickoff?
What if you're tired? I'm not betting on a college kid. I'm like, that kid could get a text message 5 minutes before the game that ruins his life.
Yeah, dude. He might have lost his meal card like before the first
Right. He's stressed about getting swiped in for lunch, and we're thinking he's going to put up 250 yards.
Yeah.
So we don't.
Priorities.
These are as fake as it gets. I mean, Austin and I lose money every week. At this point, I'm going to have to steal from a fake charity just to pay them off. All right. You want me to roll out my bets here first, Austin?
Yeah. Let's figure out if Benny is a nice boy or an F boy, nice guy or an F boy.
I think I'm telling you, there's your spray tan facility called FBoy Island. It's right there. You can have that one for free. Just give me 1%.
Hey, that's all we ask, Benny. 1% of fake money, if you don't.
I don't know why Austin's hopping on my island there, but we're never friends ever again because
that 1%. That's where I draw the line.
The spread's pretty thinner than a coat of spray tan. Okay, I got 3 bets. Then Austin will say his 3 bets, and then we'll let you put your money here. My first bet is called New York, New York. So with this bet, the Giants play the Jets. 2 New York teams that both play in New Jersey. But 2 New York teams. And you think New York, New York, you think Frank Sinatra, the singer of the famous song New York, New York. Frank Sinatra had 4 wives. Which, honestly, that's meager numbers for then, but would be pretty high numbers.
At the same time?
They don't even give you that information.
They don't. Honestly, we don't know.
Frank Sinatra's the OG F boy. That's what that is.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I've seen the posters.
He's in the Rat Pack, so it fits, right?
I'm pretty sure that guy went to jail for a moment of peace.
Oh, that's
I think he got arrested just so be quiet for a little bit.
Yeah, I have 1 wife. I can't imagine 3 more. Goodness. Eesh.
No,
hey,
I can't.
Am I
right? So we got Frank Sinatra had 4 wives. Jets, Giants, over under 4.5 times the quarterback's score. So Frank Sinatra scored 4 times, 4 wives. Over under 4.5 times the quarterback's score. So we got Zach Wilson versus, I think it's Tyrod Taylor still.
Oh, T-Mobile? I'm putting my money there, dog.
And so 4.5 times would be passes or rushes. So over under 4.5 quarterback touchdowns. And
that's combined. That's both quarterbacks.
combined. I do not think either of them have had a 5-touchdown game.
Well, I was going to say the Giants just last week had what they had, like they scored like 14 points or something. So yeah,
and you want to I don't know whether or not how many moms are going to be at the game, so that's important to keep in mind with Zach Wilson. If whether Donna Kelsey will be in attendance. So that's my first bet, 4.5 touchdowns from the quarterbacks in that game. Second one, Halloween is coming up. Halloween is coming up.
Yeah, do you have your costume picked, Ben?
Dude, I don't know. Every year, I just want to be the Scream with the blood running down his face. That's what
Where you
every
have the
year.
trigger?
Yeah, dude. That's what I want to be every year. And everybody's like, no, you got to do this. You got to be funny. I'm like, I just want to be Bloody Scream. Like that.
You've had that dream since 96. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's
dude,
like
my mom wouldn't even let me look at it in the store. She's like, we're not buying that. I was like, fuck.
Well, maybe
so
that should be the bet this week.
I was always homemade costumes, which was cool looking back, but like at the time when you're a kid, it's not as cool.
Right. Yeah, no, it's.
But I was once a TV.
Creative.
Like a
You were a
literal
TV?
television. You know, like those old console TV sets?
Oh, yeah.
I was a console TV set, and it was the worst. I was like actually in a console TV set, and walking around, like my dad like took the tube out, and it weighed like 40 pounds.
Oh, fuck, it was a real TV.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? He took like the tube out of the TV thing, and I walked around, and I would like, and then I would have to squat down in it and be like, "This is the news." It was.
Oh my god.
I mean,
bro.
I had after that, my quads were fucking huge for a 8-year-old, but I wish I was a mask.
Tomorrow.
Okay. The console TV set work squats.
Yep.
The you don't know squats.
What's your leg day look like? I'm like, I just want a TV.
I trick or treat as a TV set.
Ben, you think you're cool because you're on TV? My man was a TV.
You may have seen this guy in his
That's
costume.
way better, dude.
So we're thinking just one game with this one, right, Austin? Titans, Falcons. We got over under 3.5 Halloween costumes that show up during the Titans Falcons game.
Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think we could do that. We could do it league wide if we want.
I think 3.5 is pretty low for league wide, though.
So like 3.5 costumes will be at that game.
No, walking in from players.
Oh, you're talking player walk-ins? I like that even
player
better.
walk-in.
Let's switch it up.
Yeah.
Let's do league wide then.
League
Over
wide.
under 3.5 players who during their walk-in have a Halloween costume on, and we'll say throwback jerseys don't count.
No,
so
right.
like it can't be like a Oilers jersey. It
Yeah,
can't
because
be
you do
like
have Oilers going this week.
It even can't even just be like old players or something like that. No football related costumes.
Okay.
I'm talking straight 3.5 walking in as the Grim Reaper. So over under 3 players in Halloween costumes. And that's my second bet. My last one we're going to call the pajama party, the PJ party. PJ Walker is starting for the Browns again this weekend. Browns are playing at the Seahawks. PJ Walker is one of the few XFL players who made it in the NFL.
Oh my god.
He was a Houston Roughneck, which sounds like a team from Friday Night Lights, but was
Sounds
a
like
professional team.
militia.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like a name we're not allowed to say anymore. I don't think.
Houston Roughnecks sounds like a gentleman's group that meets at like a Masons building in Houston, and you're like, "Oh, I know what those guys are doing."
We're gonna hear about them on CNN later.
Where were the Houston Roughnecks on January 6th? So the Houston Roughnecks XFL team with PJ Walker. The XFL has lasted 3 seasons, none of which were back-to-back. It's just been around. It's like this show is the weirdest show of all time. They're just like canceled, put it on a new network, take a couple seasons off.
Sounds like FBoy Island.
Like in a couple of years, we might have another season if we can find a host. I would watch Nikki hosting the XFL.
Oh man, I would
hard,
love that. That would be great.
Who's not watching that?
Yeah. So can PJ Walker lead 3 separate scoring drives?
I thought it was gonna be, is PJ Walker a nice guy or an F boy?
Oh my god, dude.
He seems like a nice guy.
I'm rubbing his hands together like this. I don't know.
Look, we're talking about the Browns' backup quarterback.
Right. Different guy.
Different guy. Can PJ Walker lead 3 separate scoring drives, but they can't be back to back? So much like the XFL
Dude,
had three on 3. So will he score 3 times? But if it's in a row, it only counts as 1.
Okay.
That's a long one, but that's rough. That's the PJ party.
Like
all right, Austin, what are your bets?
All right, my bets. We're gonna take this first one to Chargers Bears. Okay. Tyson Bagent made his first career start last week for Justin Fields because he was hurt.
F-boy, by the way.
Without question.
Oh, his dad is a professional arm wrestler.
I saw a clock tattoo. I was like, dog.
If your dad is a world champion arm wrestler, yeah, you're a F-boy. You're grandfathered in at that point.
Look, I don't want to judge books by their cover, but if the cover is like how to F-boy for dummies, then yeah, you know what he is.
He's wearing gray sweatpants.
His book's called Badgent Queen. I think we know.
Tyson Bagent, he famously won the Harlan Hill Award. Which
that
probably
goes hard, bro.
Yeah, right.
No, I played D2. I was like,
oh, okay, all right, there we go. Then you know.
I know, bro. That's that Danny Woodhead special, dog.
Yep. Harlan Hill is basically it's the D2 Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, dude, that's a big deal. Like I grew up in the backyard, like thinking about winning the Harlan Hill and shit. Like fuck the Heisman. So I'm getting that thing one day.
You were such a reasonable kid. You're like,
I was. Hey, realistic. Be realistic.
Yeah. You're like, dude, I'm gonna graduate and I'm gonna get, I don't know, maybe like a Hyundai Sonata. Who knows?
Oh shit, dude. 2012.
That thing's gonna be certified pre-owned
with the crank down window because I don't want to do too much, you know.
So now Justin Herbert is the opposing quarterback. He won the William V. Campbell Trophy, which is known as the academic Heisman. So we got a couple of Heismans chopping it up in this one. And I want to find out once and for all which is more important, athleticism or brains. So based solely on their quarterback rating in this game, which wins, athleticism or brains? Obviously, the athleticism goes to, the Harlan Hill winner, and the brains goes to Justin Herbert. So whose quarterback rating is basically higher, Bagent or Herbert?
This is quarterback rating, not the QBR.
Yes, not QBR. QBR is ESPN. That's like
that?
That's like Hallmark coming up with Sweetest Day. It's like it's like chill out, dude. QBR is not going to happen. All right, so stop trying. My next bet is the Billie Jeans bet. Will Levis appears to be getting his first start this week. Mike Vrabel won't admit it, but
nobody wants to admit it. Oh, you're a big Titans fan.
I am, unfortunately.
What do you think about him?
It's my cross to bear. This year, not great, not highly, but it is.
But Levis, what do you think about him?
Oh, Levis, I'm a little annoyed that they drafted him because it's now 2 straight years they drafted a quarterback that every team passed on at least once. But
but what does every team know?
That's the thing. I don't know. I'm hoping.
What does every GM in the NFL know? Nothing, right?
My expectation for him is so low that if he throws a touchdown, I'll be like, damn, look out, league.
I think that's everybody. I think he did that on purpose, so he can only go up. The bar's low.
He puts mayonnaise in his coffee, so
if he
I don't
goes
know
over
how
that
highly
bar,
you can think of someone.
You could say he's levistating.
This guy.
You just cut to me walking off a cliff.
Yeah, dude. No, those are my kind of jokes, bro.
Levistating, if you're the newspaper in Nashville, you can have that for 1% of your newspaper.
There you go. Yeah.
Levistating.
Kyle's an ideas guy. It's why I keep him around, honestly. Yeah. He's getting the start. Vrabel's being coy about it. Is Vrabel not willing to admit who's playing to try and do some gamesmanship against the Falcons? It feels like when like you sneak into your parents' bedroom or they're in their closet and like you see an Xbox and like that's for Christmas coming up, and then you like bring it up to your mom and she's like, "That's not for you. That's that you're who knows? Maybe you'll get a PS4 or whatever."
But you
and
start to believe her, and you're like, "Fuck, that's definitely for my cousin, not me."
yeah. Right.
I like the Titans trying to like throw the Falcons off. Like the Falcons are just like, I don't care who your quarterback is. We're gonna run it 90 times with a guy you don't know.
Right. Yeah, it's the Falcons.
We don't have a game plan. We built a stadium with a Chick-fil-A in it that plays on Sundays.
That's insane.
We don't have a game plan.
So I have
the
a
Falcons
group.
Even care?
Yeah, right. I know. It's like, Malik Willis or Will Levis. Yes, please. Like, honestly, start them both, please.
Yes, please.
I have a group chat with 3 other miserable souls. I mean, Titans fans. When you type the name Levis on an iPhone, it automatically corrects to Levi's, which is the most annoying thing ever. So, over under 2.5 Levi's in the group chat this week. Not from me. So, from the other 3 guys.
This whole week or Sunday?
That's a good
Sorry,
one.
just Sunday. Sunday, midnight to midnight. The number of times Levi's appears. And I will give you this. If they edit it, because you can now edit texts on iPhones. If they edit it, we'll go with the original.
So Levi's has an apostrophe?
Levi's has an apostrophe. Levis has no apostrophe. And lastly, my pop culture bet of the week. I'm going old pop culture with this. Halloween's coming up, which makes me think of Edgar Allan Poe. And on October... yeah, does it not for you guys?
Current reference. Current reference.
That wasn't the first thing.
No, yeah. He's always hanging out. We talk about this guy. It's the guy we're all talking about.
Edgar Allan Poe, bro.
So on October 3rd, 1849, I think we all remember where we were. Edgar Allan Poe was found semi-conscious in Baltimore, quote, in great distress and in need of immediate assistance, according to the guy who found him. Now, he died days later in the hospital. He was not coherent long enough to explain how he came to be in his dire condition and why he was wearing clothes that were not his own.
Yeah.
He is said to be an F-boy. No, he is said to have repeatedly called out the name Reynolds on the night before his death, though it is unclear to whom he was referring. I'll tell you who he was referring to. One of the 2 Reynolds in the NFL currently. Wide receiver Josh Reynolds or running back Craig Reynolds. And both of which play for the Detroit Lions. All right, so since Edgar Allan Poe now has an NFL franchise named after his poem, The Ravens, I'm going to pit the Reynolds up against the Ravens. Do the Reynolds, Josh Reynolds, and Craig Reynolds combine for more yards rushing and receiving than the highest receiver on the Ravens?
Oh, man.
Cool. That's an easy one to bet on, and it's all stats we all have off the top of our head. So thanks, Austin.
Lamar last week had 357 yards rushing or passing. He went off, but it was to 9 different receivers. The Ravens' top receiver last week had 80 yards. So he does distribute the ball around to a lot of different receivers for the Ravens. But all right, so those are the 6 bets. Benedict, we will allow you to bet your $1,000 however you would like amongst those 6.
It's $1,000 or it's how much?
It's
$1,000.
And you can bet it however, lock it in. You can even parlay some if you want, but we're not.
Bro,
we don't
I
really
have
know
no
what all that
betting
means.
knowledge.
Yeah, we don't know enough about that either. Some people.
Neither do we. We were hoping you did.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Because, dude, I got nervous when you were starting to talk over, and I was like, ooh.
Oh yeah, we've looked it up for this.
Okay.
That's the only betting term we know.
I kind of still don't even know it, but I'm taking the over on the Halloween costumes. We're gonna see. Right. That's my stone cold lock of the week too.
Oh.
And I'm putting I'm putting $700 on that.
Ooh. All right. There you go.
And then Dude, I'm putting $300 for my final bet on the Reynolds with more yards than the wide receiver for the Ravens for sure.
Okay. All right. Edgar Allan Poe, man.
Dude, that's what sold me. I was like, that screams Halloween.
Yeah. I like it. You taking both Halloween bets.
The crow, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben's like, I no longer want to go as the Scream Mask anymore. I'm going to go as Edgar Allan Poe for Halloween.
Boy, fucking Edgar, dude.
I'm going to go as Josh Reynolds. I'm Josh Reynolds. It's just me waiting to get in a game.
Yeah, just tapping your foot.
Dude, hey, Benedict, dude, thank you so much for taking the time to join us, man. You are the man.
Where you're ranking.
Whenever you need me, hit me.
Yeah, we'll let you know how you rank amongst our other guests, and hopefully, Godspeed. We hope you win a lot of fake money this week for the Spray Tan Foundation. Honestly,
I'm
hoping you end up in third place. Just get that bronze.
Yeah, that's bro. Just end it there. Walk off on that shit.
There it is.
I love you guys, man.
Thanks, bud.
Peace,
dude. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate.
All right, big shout out again to Benedict. Hilarious.
Dude, so funny.
So
that dude,
funny.
he's himself is funny, and then his laugh makes him 10 times funnier.
Just has a really
he's
good time.
One of the best laughs.
And I like getting just in on the Halloween bets. Honestly, that's really fun. He could walk away with a lot of money, or be so far in last place it's irredeemable.
It's so funny.
All right, let's go through our bets real quick. I'm actually going to put $200 on the over on New York. I for some reason, I see 5. I see field goals, touchdowns, something. Or I see not field goals. I don't see him kicking a field goal. I think he'll hit 5. I really do. I think Wilson will have 3, and then we'll get a junk time 5th from Tyrod. I'm also going to put 500 locked on the over on Halloween costumes.
On the over? You're taking the over?
On the over, yeah. I don't know. I'm feeling the over. I want to do the PJ Walker scoring drives, but
that's hard. That's a hard one because it's not back-to-back.
The Browns are like the actual weirdest team I've ever seen. It feels like all those old Chargers teams where they were really good at everything except winning.
Yeah, the Browns feel like the Titans, but just better, where like every week it's like they're either going to dominate or they're going to lose. And
do you like my spooky themed
nice
sign?
I like that.
All right, so I'm gonna do that, those 2, and then I wanna I'm gonna put what's that got me at 9 or 7. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do. Oh my God, Herbert is just so disappointing this season.
Honestly, that's why I think that makes this bet so intriguing. And Tyson Bagent, they're going to like dumb things down for him. Kind of like they did last week. Like his quarterback rating, I think last week was like 97 or something.
I'm just gonna put my last 300 on the Ravens receiver.
Okay.
Because I think one of them's gonna have a good game.
Okay. I'm going to. Yeah. That's your last 300.
That's my thou, baby.
Okay, I'm going 200 on the under for New York. I'm going 100 on the under for Halloween costumes. Going 100 with yes for the PJ party back to back. I don't know why I'm doing that, but I am. Give me $100 on brains. And
brains.
Badgent. Versus athleticism. Yeah, Bagent.
Sorry.
400, 500. Okay, 200 on under for Billie Jean's bets, which again I am eliminated from that, so I am allowed to bet on that. I am under on that, and then Edgar Allan Poe. I'm going to go wide receiver. Ravens wide receivers.
How much is that?
My last 300.
All right, and what are you locking in?
My lock. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Billie Jean's bet.
All right. Well, we're doing awesome. Big
that
potential this week.
This is, and you know what's weird? We talk about it a lot. We've been oddly weird with setting these lines. It is
surprisingly good. It's been really weird. So last year it felt like we'd be set the over under at 3, and it would either be 0 or 17 of something would happen. This year we set it at 3.5. 4 of them happen.
Why do we do fake money on this podcast? If we did real money, we would be able to open a casino.
Well, I'm sad.
All right.
Hey,
thank
everybody.
you again to
Yeah.
Benedict Polizzi for joining us. We appreciate him. And good luck on your bets this week. If you want to play along, at Corked Bats on Twitter and Instagram and all the socials. You can check out Kyle at Kyle Ayers, myself at Austin Huff. Play along with us. Let us know what you're betting on this week, what bets you liked, what bets you didn't like. And don't make fun of me too hard for my claiming that we all think of Edgar Allan Poe during Halloween.
Have a good one, everybody.